It's interesting seeing you also without a beard. So I think that too was
That was a bigger shock. That's
that
why
was
I
the
was
biggest
shocked.
That
shock
is the
for us.
biggest shock. It's the
Yeah.
shock for everyone. I'm afraid to have discovered what shaving my beard off, I found out very quickly that it turns out women didn't like me for my personality.
That is the case, isn't it?
No,
My wife
you
hates it
do
when I
know.
shave.
Yeah, we do
Yeah.
know. We can't be without these.
No,
Or we're
we
different
can't.
people. We're
Yeah.
different people. We
No
truly
one
are.
is interested when I take the piss. Nothing. Zero.
Hi, Brett. How are you?
How you doing? I love movies.
Oh, we heard.
The right
we
place
heard that is true. We're so
me.
grateful.
Where's the movies that you would love to be buried with? That's my first question.
That's a good one.
Singing in the Rain.
Love it. That's
Next.
perfect.
That's just rapid fire.
I've seen
that's how we
movies.
do it.
Ask me another one.
You know, you had a movie at TIFF that we heard was just incredible. Congratulations on that. How does it feel to finally have that out in the world?
I'm so excited. I am disgustingly proud of that film, and it's like our baby, and we made it like 10 years in the making. Sort of, it's a real sort of labor of love, and I want everyone to see it. And it was very exciting. It was the first screening of it to human beings. Human beings watched it for the first time. It was very lovely. It was very special.
That's lovely. You know,
Absolutely.
I'll be honest, you know, we're from Toronto. We tried to get tickets. It was very difficult. So that's a good sign.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
it's okay. We'll watch it soon. But Brett, we just want to say thank you again for talking to us. We had a lovely time talking with you for the first season of Shrinking. We're so happy to be back with this new season, and it's from what we've seen, it's just even better.
Thank you very much. I'm grateful to see you again, and let's talk about movies.
Yeah. We got to start off obviously by talking about this amazing show and how when you were creating it, when you were sitting down with Bill and trying to figure out what this is, did you always kind of envision yourself as being Lewis?
Not at all. In fact, not at all. I hadn't, like, we'd kind of talked about, Bill was always like, you should be in season 2 somewhere. And it was always like, well, I don't need to be, like, I love acting and I love writing, but I genuinely hadn't seen myself in this show in any sort of serious capacity. And then we wrote this part and we wrote this season, and we'd started filming. We'd filmed episode 1, started filming, and it was like the first week, and we hadn't cast this part yet. And Jason Segel called me and Bill Lawrence into his trailer, and he was like, why isn't Brett doing this? Brett should be doing this. We should have Brett do this. And I was like, oh. And he said, think about it. And then the next morning, Bill Lawrence sent me a very nice message where he was basically like, if you think you can do this, I believe in you, and we should do it. And I was like, I don't know if I can do this. Let's give it a go.
You had our jaws on the floor right when we saw it, so we were really grateful for it.
Oh, thanks very much, guys.
We
Guys, always the best guys.
you know, we're
Yeah.
trying to be live up to the Canadian name, but
Yeah.
it's also interesting too because when we see you, it's interesting seeing you also without a beard. So I think that too was
That was a bigger shock. That's
That
why
was
I
the biggest
shocked.
That is the
Yeah.
biggest shock. It's the shock for everyone. I'm afraid to have discovered what shaving my beard off, I found out very quickly that it turns out women didn't like me for my personality.
That is the case, isn't it?
No,
My wife
you
hates it
do
when I
know.
shave.
Yeah, we do know.
Yeah.
We can't be without these.
No,
Or we're
we
different
can't.
people. We're
Yeah.
different people. We
No
truly
one
are.
is interested when I take the piss. Nothing. Zero.
Yeah, people scream instead of smile
Yeah.
at us.
Terrified.
true.
Everyone's terrified.
Brett, I'm just curious though, for you and the team when you were going into the second season, what was the goal in the writers' room to where you wanted to take these characters this season?
It was always going to be, season 2 was always going to be about forgiveness. And in all seriousness, I think it was like an interesting thing to explore because forgiveness is like an easy concept. Everyone knows you should probably forgive. It's a good thing to do for your health. But we built this world, we built these characters, we love them all, we've seen what they've been through. So then putting the most difficult example of that into that world, you go, can you forgive the man responsible for the death of your wife? That is a different question. You know what I mean? That is much bigger than like, hey, forgiveness is a good thing, right? It's like, here's the worst version of that. And I'm always interested in writing stuff where it's non-judgmental and you're seeing both sides of all the stories. And we've spent a year with this family, and then here's the man responsible for all that. What's his side of it? You know, and I think it's a tragedy for him as well. You know, the whole thing is sad and awful and devastating, but he's the enemy. You know, So I think that's and I also think as an audience, I believe if Jimmy says, I will never forgive this man, I don't think you hate Jimmy for that. You go, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
why would you? You know what I mean? It's a complicated, difficult thing. So that seemed interesting.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. And we love the show because it's so genuine and it feels so good. And we're so grateful for your time as well. Brett, thank you so much. We're so excited for everyone else to watch this season. We're also so grateful because last year when we asked you to tell us to fuck off, you did. You did it in your Roy Kent voice and it was beautiful. So thank you once
I'll
again.
tell you to fuck off anytime you want, guys. It's always
There we go. There we go.
Thank you so much,
Cheers in
Brett.
my eyes.
Hope we get to
Thanks,
talk to you
Lady
again.
Podcast.